This is an individual project that will take you to the end of the semester. It includes several opportunities for extra credit. There are video instructions for each part to help you as you progress. In Part 1, you will practice graphing from slope-intercept form. In Part 2, you will draw your own picture. In Part 3, you will write equations from your own original picture. In Part 4, you will check and correct your work using a website called Desmos.com. In Part 5, you will put it all together with a cover sheet. In Part 1, you will graph line segments. Pick only one of the pictures in the Part 1 packet. Some of the pictures have fewer lines and fewer fractions. Some have more. Pick a picture that provides appropriate challenge for you. The grade will be based on accuracy, completeness, and neatness, including the use of a ruler. This is your first opportunity for extra credit. If you choose, you may draw a second drawing for 5 points extra credit. Only complete, accurate, and neat drawings will receive the extra credit. In Part 2, you will draw your own original picture. If you are working with a friend, make sure your drawings are not identical. They can be similar, but they must be at least different sizes or in different locations. Make sure that all your endpoints are different from each other. This is how I will decide if the pictures are too similar. If any two endpoints are the same, I will make you and your friend draw new pictures. No less than 10 line segments are allowed, no more than 26. Choosing fewer line segments will be easier and will not lower your grade. Endpoints of lines must be on whole numbers, not between grid lines. At least one endpoint must be in each quadrant. Fewer than half your line segments can be horizontal or vertical. If you have 10 line segments, no more than 4 line segments can be horizontal or vertical. Use a ruler. Your grade will be lower if you do not. Name your picture. Label every line with a capital letter. Here is another extra credit opportunity. If you turn in your picture before Thanksgiving break, you will get 5 points extra credit, but only if it meets all the requirements. To get the credit, turn in a photograph of your picture to Google Classroom. If you do not know how to do this, copy your drawing exactly and leave it in the turn-in drawer in the classroom. In Part 3, you will write the equations for your drawing. This begins the summative portion of the project. Watch the video example to help you with these requirements and how to complete the math. The math in this portion is new to you, so you will need to follow the video examples closely. In Part 4, you will check and correct the equations you wrote in Part 3. Watch the video example to understand how to enter your equations on the website. As your picture appears, you will discover if your equations include any errors. If they do, you will need to correct the math from Part 3 before turning it in. Do not change the original approved drawing. Correct the math. When both parts 3 and 4 are correct and matching, print out the drawing and the equation list. Make sure the equations in part 3 and 4 are in the same order. Write the appropriate capital letter next to each equation in the Desmos printout. In part 5, you will complete the cover page. Use full sentences and correct spelling and grammar. Put together all pieces of the project and turn them in together. All parts should match the original approved drawing. Lines on the drawing must be labeled with capital letters. Equations in Desmos should be in the same order as those in Part 3. Write the appropriate capital letters onto your Desmos printout. Turn in the final project on or before the due date. Early work can still be corrected for full credit. Early correct work can receive up to 10 points extra credit for each school day early. Thank you and good luck. Feel free to refer back to this video and the other project videos as often as necessary.